Hi, my name's Garrick and I'm here with Time+Space to give you a first look at Superior Drummer 3 and show you some of the features that I've found particularly useful in some of the recent projects I've been doing, most notably the videos of the different genres that you can use Superior Drummer 3 in on YouTube. So let's dive right in and have a look. Now, the first thing you're going to want to know about Superior Drummer 3 is exactly how many drums do I get? Well, there's over 200 initial presets. These are made by professionals in the industry and by Toontrack themselves, and these cover various kit configurations as well as mixer configurations with a load of the processing already applied. There are 14 standard kits, and these go from everything from your Gretsch to your Pearl to your Yamaha kits. I'll show you a quick selection of them now. We've also got some Ludwig classic kits and some AOTE, which are really good, especially for jazz kind of stuff. Additionally, you have 350 electronic drum sounds. These are great for EDM productions and to also stack on your acoustic drum sounds to give them a bit more punch or a bit more of a unique vibe. There's also 25 unique snares, all of which have their own rim shot sounds and have their own unique voices. There's also 16 kicks to choose from, and this doesn't even cover the amount of samples that include brushes, rods, and felt mallets. So on the far right of the main window, you can see these quick access tabs. These are great for speeding up your workflow, and I've been using them so much while I've been working on these videos. Now, the four tabs that I find most useful in Superior Drummer 3 are definitely the tuning tab, reverse, envelope and offset, and hit variation. Now, hit variation is pretty much only used in the context of drum loops. If you've got a real drummer playing into Superior Drummer 3, they're going to be adding their own variations anyway, and their own realism to it. But if you've got a bit more of a doctored and pristine drum loop and you want to add some authenticity, then the hit variation will just give that bit of flexibility around it. In a lot of other drum software, you find it called Humanize. After that, the level envelope and offset is really good for just tightening up some drum sounds, especially great on kick, snare, and toms. I've found in the toms, because they ring quite a long time, that they just need a little bit of tightening up. So I tend to just bring the offset a little bit in, maybe to 443. And certainly in rock is a lot tighter sound. It's not ringing for too long. You have access to the hold and the decay and the attack as well. So it's a full ADSR envelope for you to use. Apart from that, you've also got a reverse function. So I find this really useful in EDM if you're either adding some spice to a loop or you want to build a riser into your track in Superior Drummer 3. Using a crash cymbal and then hitting the reverse function and taking it quite a long time adds a really nice sort of build to it. Last thing, if you've never tuned your toms before, you never tuned your kick drum or anything like that, please, I beg you, start doing it, because it adds a lot of context to the kit and it syncs the kit into the track so much better. What I tend to find is tuning your low tom to the root note and then going up in thirds, fifths from there just adds a whole load of context to the kit inside the track, and it makes it just bed in a lot better. One of the really cool things is in the Grooves tab. Now, if you've bought any Toontrack products before, you should find that all of your MIDI grooves have transferred from your Easy Drummer expansions or your SD2 expansions into SD3. And it's a really nice sort of collation of all of your previous libraries. Now, what I really like in the Grooves tab is this tap to find function. Now, I don't want to go through and audition every single groove that's ever existed in my entire library. It would take far too long. But if I sort of know what I want, then I can use the tap to find and I can play in a sort of simple groove and it will start picking ones that it thinks are appropriate. So let's have a look at that now. And as we can see, it's picked the loops and the grooves that are closest to what I've played in. Luckily, if you're a bit rhythmically impaired like I am, it will quantize all of your hits automatically. One of the things I most love in SD3 is definitely the mixer tab. Now, I've used drum libraries in the past and drum instruments in the past that do have mixer tabs, but they're just nowhere near as powerful as this one. And I really like the layout. I really like all the features you can get. So let's have a quick look. So we've already got a preset for the AC rock mixer tab in here. As you can see, we've got a bussing system already in place with kicks and snares and ambient mics, and a load of processing going on. Now, all of these plugins are coded and sort of developed by Overloud, who are absolutely amazing plugin manufacturers. I really recommend you check them out as well. But it gives you a whole host of EQ options, from sort of standard parametric EQs to your more classic ones, a load of classic and modern compressor models, and more creative effects like distortion, your standard reverbs and delays, and even modulations, which you can use on your drum loops to add some sort of really cool, interesting vibes, or just, accent some of the more crazy drum tracks you're going to write. The mixer also comes with capabilities for multi-out, which I've used on some of the tracks as well. Getting the kick drum out especially, so you can sidechain it to something like a bass line, is really helpful, and it makes sure your kick drum stands out a lot more in your tracks. The last thing I want to show you is a process called stacking, which I absolutely love in Superior Drummer. There's never a perfect kick drum, there's never a perfect snare drum, and in 99% of modern productions in rock, in pop, even in dance as well, you'll find multi-layered drums. This means the producer might have taken the lowest subs from one kick drum and the snap and attack of the beater from another kick drum. Maybe you really like the crack of a certain snare, but the body of another. So what you can do is, if you right click the drum you're after, head to more, stack, and center is going to be the one you're most going to use. And you can see the stack on here, and we're using a mixture of Noble and Cooley, Ludwig, and Lignum here. I can also add in a Rogers Yorktown Eagle if I want, so I'm going to stack that up too, and suddenly the sound changes a little bit. I can also remove them, so if I right click on the instrument and go remove from stack, you can hear how the sound changes. Just like that. So you can build up your perfect snare, your perfect toms, and your perfect kicks just by stacking the instruments and then adjusting the levels slightly so you get the right blend. So that's our first look at Superior Drummer 3. As I said, these have been absolutely invaluable tools in speeding up my workflow and getting me the sounds that I really want out of the drum kit when working on the videos. If you found this interesting, remember to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on YouTube for more videos coming up. We'll see you next time.